Hey dolls, it's your girl Jazzy J. Welcome or welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hey! So on today's video, I am going to talk about how you guys can get more comfortable being in front of the camera, talking to yourself, and getting used to hearing yourself on camera. So you guys, I have posted a poll asking you guys if you would be interested in me doing a video like this. I'll show you the poll right here. And the reason I asked that is because I get a lot of comments from people saying how natural I am on camera, how confident, how I look like I've been doing this for a long time. But we all know I have not been doing this for a long time. And I'm going to share with you guys the good, bad, and the ugly, show you guys exactly where I came from, which is embarrassing, but I left that video on my channel just so it can remind myself how far I have come in this YouTube world. So when we get into today's video, I'm going to show you guys some tips and a little quick funny blooper that I actually shared with YouTube just to show that it's no such thing as being perfect. I mess up all the time. My speech gets slurred. It's a lot, but we're going to get into it today, and I'm going to share with you guys just some little tips on how I've become so confident and comfortable in front of the camera. So let's get into it and let's talk about these tips. Alright, so welcome back. So again, like I said, the video is going to be a quick one. I'm just going to run through some tips, share with you guys my very first video. We're going to watch just like a couple seconds of it. It is so cringy to watch, but I'm going to let you guys see just how uncomfortable and not confident at all I was when I started YouTube for the very first time. I know now I make it kind of look easy, but it wasn't always so easy. I'm telling you, I have come a long way. But today, I want to share with you guys some of my camera confident tips. But before we do that, I'm going to show you guys a really quick blooper. I shared it to YouTube before. I'm going to show you guys just how difficult it is sometimes to just get in front of this camera. Anyway, just roll the camera. Take a look. Alright, so as y'all can see by that blooper, child, sometimes I think I know what I'm going to say. Even if I have a whole set of like notes, I still sometimes get in front of this camera and choke. I have to record myself multiple times just to get it right. I've actually showed you guys that, a glimpse of that, my behind the scenes video when I was shooting for a sponsored content. I can get in here and take so many takes. So it's definitely not really easy, but I have become very comfortable and very confident in front of the camera. So that's what we're going to talk about. So before we get into the tips, y'all, got my phone. We are about to take a really quick look at my very first video. I'm going to screen record it so you guys can see it. Let me slide over some. Alright, so I'm going to get into the YouTube app. Go to my channel. Go to my videos. It was a lot, so let me. Alright, so. Alright, guys, here it goes. Hey, what's up? My name is Janine, but you can call me Jazzy. Y'all hear my voice is shaking? Welcome to my channel. This is actually my first official real video. My background looks terrible. I just wanted to come on here. Got this journey. I didn't know what I was sharing. Everyone, as you can see by the caption, I just started a business, so I'm a boss out here, and I just really want to share my face was so chunky. I want to share some tips and tricks of what I've been doing, and actually give you a little bit of tea, because I see a lot of people been charging people to get vendors when all you have to do is really search. So I'm gonna give you that on this channel. Slowly but surely, I want you to go with me. I want to share all my finds, everything that's working for me, and where I get my clothing from. what I said, my closing from. Child. Alright, let's stop. I can't. Let me get out of this. I can't do no more. It's so cringy every time I watch that. I could tell that I was so afraid when I made that video. I just can't. Alright, so with that said, guys, I always keep some tips with me so that way make sure I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking down, I'm just making sure I haven't skipped over any of the tips that I want to share with you guys. So before we get into any tips, don't get crazy. If you're new here, do your girl a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And if you want to stay notified when I upload a video, make sure you hit that bell. And if you like the video, make sure you thumbs it up for your girl, okay? So with that said, let's jump right into these tips. Alright, so my very first tip is practice makes perfect. Even though I just said it'll never really be perfect because we're all humans, so we're going to make mistakes. But practice makes you feel more comfortable and more confident in front of the camera. As you guys saw in my first video, yo, I was so nervous. I was sweating. My hands was clammy. I was afraid, and it was just me and the camera. And I was, yo, when I got done, I had to get me a drink. I was so nervous that first video. But honestly, when it comes to practice, just relax. Be you. A lot of the times we want to try to get in front of the camera, be somebody that we're not, because we want to be who we think that the person behind the camera or the person watching the video wants us to be. But at the end of the day, just be you, because guess what? It'll make you feel more comfortable in front of the camera, and it'll make you feel a lot more confidence just being yourself, because you don't got to pretend to be something that you're not. You feel what I'm saying? So I know it's weird talking to a camera. I get it. I felt the same way, and I'm like, especially out in public, and I'm talking to the camera and I feel like people are staring at me. It's just not a normal thing. But to make yourself feel more confident in front of the camera, just pretend that the camera is a friend. That way you can relax, put your shoulders down. You're not so tense or nervous, because guess what? We're just talking to friends. That's it. Like, pretend you're in a group setting, or pretend that you're one-on-one with your best friend. Just relax. Be you. So that's my first tip in becoming more confident and more comfortable in front of the camera. My tip number 2 is gaining confidence. And I know we're talking about how to be confident, but confidence, it really does come from within. So to make myself feel more confident in front of the camera, I like to make myself look nice. I put on a little bit of makeup. I put on a cute outfit, some accessories, because that's how I'm most comfortable. I like to look nice in front of the camera. I've been gotten really comfortable now with you guys till sometimes I don't. You guys have seen me look a mess. You guys have, if you've been really watching my channel when I had surgery, baby, I took you with me to have surgery looking a mess, honey, within that time frame of me healing. I did not care, because I hadn't got so comfortable and confident in front of the camera that I didn't have to put on makeup. But it is my favorite thing to do to feel confident in front of the camera, is put on my makeup and put on something really cute. That way, this is my normal way of being comfortable and confident. So do whatever not saying you have to put on a full glam or none of that. You don't even have to do that. But if it's something that makes you feel nice and pretty in the regular world, do that here in front of the camera too. It'll still make you feel very confident and comfortable in front of the camera, because it's something you do on a daily. And when you watch your film back, you can look at yourself and say, okay, I look really nice, I look really confident on there. So to be confident, I just feel like looking presentable in front of the camera and make you feel a lot more confident. Tip number 3 is create an outline. Know what you're going to say before you press record on that camera. I do my little tips, and I actually make sure I go over my tips. I kind of, know the direction I want to go with when I sit in front of the camera. I'm not scrambling for what to say next, because one, I've made an outline. I don't write a script, because I think that's really weird, because you get too caught in trying to say exactly word from word what's on your script. I just do little bullet points and maybe jot down some of the things I want to make sure I don't forget. But I do not do a script. but I know exactly what I want to talk about when I press record, and that also will build your confidence, and you're not on camera scrambling for words unless you're just a word scrambler like myself. I don't care how long I've been studying or researching something. In real life, I scramble for words. So that is my regular life. I scramble for words a lot. But if you don't want to get in front of the camera and just sit here like, and I used to have a problem saying, and I probably still say it, and I just don't realize I'm saying it no more, but saying so next. So I used to say that all the time, and I used to play back my videos and be like, oh my god, if I say so one more time, I'm gonna flip out. So that's part of gaining confidence too. After you've practiced so many times and you're starting to make more videos, you can start hearing and seeing the things that you want to change about your own video and make the change. That way you'll be more confident in front of the camera. Alright, now tip number 4 is just go with it. Get yourself a flow. Do not sit and overthink exactly what you're saying. Like, know what you're going to say, but don't overthink it, because that could get in your head so much till you're looking confused, not together in front of the camera. Trust, I done watched some of my old videos and I could see when I was just like not really prepared in front of the camera. So just kind of go with the flow, relax, talk natural, just like you know you're with your friends. And the more you get comfortable with just going with the flow, literally word vomit. Just go. You can tweak this in the end. You know, you can learn from it and figure out a flow for yourself. But I could catch myself sometimes talking a little too fast or talking a little bit too slow. But now I have a flow, so when I hit record, it's just like turning on a light switch. I'm on. And it just word flow. I know exactly how I want to come and present stuff to the camera, how I want to talk to the camera, because I have gained the confidence from doing so many videos and practicing over and over and over, and I'm watching as I'm editing what I like seeing from myself into the camera. So like I said again, with all this practice, you'll start to see the little small things that you want to tweak, and that way it'll make you feel more confident on camera. Before I get to my last tip, I just want to say this. I know it's a weird thing. I know it, because when I first started YouTube, I cringed at hearing my own voice, seeing myself on camera. I could not stand it, and I used to say all the time in editing, like, man, this is so weird to hear myself. Like, I sound like that, I say words like that, because guess what, it's not really natural for us to sit in front and just talk to a camera and have a full conversation, and it's weird to see yourself and to hear yourself. But trust, if this is the business that you want to be in, it has to be done. And I used to have to tell myself all the time, I want this. I really want to have a YouTube channel that's growing. I want a YouTube community. I want people to know me for me and to actually love the content that I'm putting out. But I have to get over the fear of hearing myself and seeing myself. And guys, I'm gonna get to the last tip, but I just really want to say this. I was not confident at all. I was very self-conscious. I had a lot of skin issues that was going on. I would not film, or I would try to figure out a way to cover it up. But y'all, I have come a long way. One day I just said, you know what, forget it. It's life. Sometimes we have skin issues. We're not going to always look our absolute best on camera, and I want to be completely transparent with my subscribers. So it is what it is. And I started putting myself on this camera with bad skin days. I started sharing with you guys, even though it was uncomfortable for me to talk about, but I started sharing with you guys like, yo, I'm going through this with my skin. I'm really frustrated. I even took you guys with me to the doctor, you know, trying to get help for my skin. But I had to really, like, I really want this. So it's growth. That's what it is. It's just growth. I love it here. Alright guys, so now we're going to get into the very last tip. And hopefully these tips will help you as a small YouTuber. I am definitely a small YouTuber as well, but I have come a long way. And I feel like every time I hit the record on the button that I am talking to my friends. So I want you guys to feel the same way as small YouTubers and gain the confidence as well. So now let's get into that last tip. So my last tip is to amp up that energy, baby. So when you see some YouTubers, before we even get into that, scratch that. This is not my normal way of talking. I don't speak fast all the time. Most people don't. Some people do, some people don't. But if I was just talking to my friend, I'd be like, yeah, girl, what's going on? What's good? With a bunch of pauses. But if you're doing a YouTube video, you cannot have like your regular energy you would have with your friends and a lot of pausing, because guess what? You're going to lose the attention of the viewer. It is what it is. I have learned that. After making tons and tons of video, watching it play back myself, and I'm like, man, I want to hit the fast forward on myself. So amp up the energy. Nobody wants to watch, unless it depends on the title of the video, but nobody want to watch someone that's low energy. They're dragging, they're talking like this. Hell, when I watch videos like that, guess what? I either fast forward or I get off. It's what it is. So amp up the energy just a little bit. You don't have to talk fast like me. You can still talk in your natural tone. Just, you know, sit up tall, put your shoulders back, and just don't drag. You know what I'm saying? Don't take so long to get to the next word, because we're going to be out of there. And it is what it is. So just amp up the energy some. I have had some bad videos, but I left them. But I could tell that maybe that day I really didn't feel like filming anything. I could have been sick, because I have a autoimmune disease. So sometimes I don't feel really well. Sometimes I get sick really easily and I don't feel like it. And I've seen that on some of my videos where my energy is like really low. And I'm like, man, my energy looks really low. It looks off. I'm like, I know my viewers are like, what's going on? Or they're getting out of there. They're not watching it because the energy is so low. I could tell myself watching it, like, man, I really tried. I really wasn't feeling my best on that video. I can see that. So if I can see it, I know my viewers can see it. So just amp up the energy the best you can. And honestly, my best advice is, if you're not feeling good that day, if you're tired, we can see that. We can see that. And I love YouTube. I watch a ton of YouTubers. I can see when they're not in their best. If that is what you got going on, take a break. Like literally this week, I didn't film anything for 5 days. I took a break. And I usually film 2 to 3 videos like a week. But I didn't film anything. I just wanted to chill and relax. And sometimes you got to do that as well. So when you do hit that record, baby, you're full of energy. You're pulling the energy from your viewers. They see that you're hyped, you're full of energy, and they're loving it. Because guess what? Sometimes watching other people, say if you're in a bad mood, but you see somebody else in a really great mood and they're hyped and energetic, guess what? Sometimes that energy is important to you as well. So my biggest advice is to just amp that energy up, but don't do too much. Don't do too much. I'm just playing. Do as much as you want to do. Amp the energy all the way up. That's up to you. But guys, that is my advice, my tips, and also what I've been going through to be more confident in front of the camera. Because as you guys can see, your girl came a long way. Now hitting that record button, it's just like literally sitting in front of my friend having a conversation. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the content, that you have subscribed to the channel so we can grow and become friends here on this channel. So that's it for your girl. You guys asked, you wanted more information, and you know what? I love it. Ask me more. Ask me more. It is very helpful when you guys suggest different videos for me, because then I know what you want. So jump down in the comments and let me know what type of videos that you want me to do here on the channel. Alright guys, so that is it for your girl. I have enjoyed chit-chatting with you guys about how to build your confidence. I cannot wait to see what everybody says down in the comments. And if you're a YouTuber yourself, let me know down below. I would love to check out your channel as well and subscribe. So alright guys, like I said, I'm out. I will see you guys the next time I upload. As always, stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.